Amazon FBA versus software as a service. Which one is cheaper to start? Which one requires less time to run? Which one has the potential to make more money? And which one is just generally easier? All of these I'm going to answer in today's video. Over the past several years, I've done both of these business models pretty in-depthly. I spent several years running an Amazon FBA business, and I spent several years running a SaaS business. So I have a pretty decent perspective on both of these, and hopefully I'll be able to answer all these different kinds of questions and help you decide which one might be better for you. So the first thing we're going to look at is the cost to actually start the business, right? Because a lot of people, that's a pretty important aspect. Some people don't have a ton of money to start a business. Maybe you only have a few $100s or a few $1,000s, but both of these will be a lot cheaper than starting, a traditional like brick and mortar store type business. So let's start with Amazon FBA. Amazon FBA, you have to buy inventory. So there is going to be an upfront cost, and it's usually at least a few $100s. Now you can maybe get away with like doing some arbitrage or something at Walmart for like, $100 or less. But in reality, you're going to need at least a few $100s. If you wanted to start your own brand on Amazon, you probably need several $1,000s to buy products and have them shipped from out of country and do all the marketing costs that might also need to be done. So for Amazon FBA, I would say you need at least a few $100 to a few $1,000s to get started. Now compare that with a SaaS. You can actually start a SaaS for free. And although the upfront cost to building a SaaS, in order to make it free, you kind of have to do a lot of the stuff yourself, but it's possible because you don't have any inventory, you don't have any like physical products, you don't have to ship things, so the upfront cost can be zero. Now, realistically, you probably will want to spend some money, but if you use different like no-code tools, you can actually, even if you don't know how to code, build the whole thing yourself. And then there's lots of free marketing tips that you can use to get your product into the hands of paying customers. So realistically, you can make money with SaaS without having to spend any. So that I would say is probably why, at least when it comes to the cost of starting a business, SaaS is a little bit cheaper. And again, these are like the absolute bare minimums. Like you could spend a lot more money than this, but you don't have to. With Amazon, you could spend $10,000 to launch a product. With a SaaS, you could hire out developers and build out this huge product, and it could cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. But if you are actually going to do everything yourself, SaaS would still be cheaper than doing an FBA business. So next up, let's look at the time commitment. How much time per week or per day will you need to spend on this business in order to get it off the ground? So again, let's start with FBA. FBA does not actually require a ton of time. And the reason that it doesn't require a lot of time is because Amazon itself will do a lot of the work for you. It will ship the products, it will store the products, it will deal with customer returns, it'll just deal with customers in general, and it'll nearly sell the product for you on its own platform. So all you have to do is just kind of like get product and get it into the warehouse. So you can do that in, I would say, just a few hours a week. Now you need to understand, like the more time that you put into it, the more earnings you'll probably make. But you can get started with FBA with a very minimal time commitment. Maybe seriously just like a few hours a week would probably be enough. Now, if we compare that with software as a service, you kind of do need to put a little more time into that because you have to actually build out the product. You have to talk to customers, and you have to do almost everything yourself. Whereas with FBA, like I said, Amazon will handle a lot of stuff. There is no one to handle all the stuff you might have to do with a SaaS. Now, you don't have any inventory. You don't have any product to worry about, like physical product. So that is a little easier. But I would say for a SaaS, you're probably going to want to spend at least a dozen or 24 hours a week on building your SaaS for it to be successful, because you do need to kind of keep up with, marketing and getting things going and getting the ball rolling, and then, connecting with potential customers and talking with them. These are things that you kind of need to make time for. It's not just, I go to Walmart, I buy a product and I throw it, at the Amazon warehouse and then it sells and yippee. It's a little more involved and there is a little more of a time commitment. So for Amazon FBA, maybe just a few hours a week. For a SaaS, probably a dozen or 24 hours per week. And again, these are minimums, right? Like the more time you can put into it, if you have it, the better your results will probably be. Next up, let's talk about difficulty. How hard is it to actually start one of these businesses? I know there's a lot of stigma around software right now that it's really, really hard to get into and it's really hard to start, and you got to learn how to code, and then you got to do sales and you got to do everything. And although there is some truth there, I would say that it's getting a lot easier to start a SaaS. So for Amazon FBA, it's not super easy, but it is easier than a lot of other business models simply because it's very straightforward. You get product, you put product in the warehouse, and then you sell the product. And if it's your own private label product, it probably is going to get a little more difficult because you're going to have to actually like brand it and sell the brand and do marketing. But if you're selling like arbitrage products or other people's products, then it's pretty easy when it comes to comparing that to like running a larger scale business. Now with SaaS, you have to do a lot more stuff and you do have to wear a lot of hats. There's a lot of no-code tools out there like bubble.co and Webflow that allow you to build almost complete SaaSes without having to know how to code at all. So that's really great. And these tools are only getting easier and easier for everybody to use. I would make this comparison to like several years ago where building a website was difficult. But then along comes Squarespace and Wix and even WordPress, and they made it a lot easier for basically anybody to be able to make a website. So these no-code tools that allow you to build SaaS are in the process of doing that. And if you can get good with one of these no-code tools, you can build a SaaS and you can kind of get in front of this big wave that's likely coming where a lot of people are going to be building out their own pieces of software. So although I would say Amazon FBA is a little easier currently, I would say that SaaS has the potential to be very easy soon, or at least comparatively as easy as starting an FBA business. So they're kind of tied here. But I guess if we're talking about today, FBA is probably a little easier, but SaaS is well on its way. And lastly, let's talk about how much money you can possibly make, because that's kind of an indicator of which one you want to get into. Like if you spend all this time starting a business and you can only make like a few $1,000s total, then you spend all this time for nothing. Whereas maybe another one, you could make a lot more. So the thing is, with both of these, you can make a lot of money, right? You can make millions of dollars with both of these. It's been done time and time again. That's nothing new. However, realistically, most people aren't going to make millions of dollars from either of these business models. So what I actually want to look at is the potential earnings for your average individual, right? Like, can you make a few hundred or a few $1,000s a month with FBA versus SaaS, right? Yes, you can make millions with both, but like, what is the average, right? Like, what is the average potential earnings from both? Now, I've talked to and worked with a lot of FBA founders, and I've also talked to a lot of SaaS founders. And what I've seen is that FBA, the average earnings are lower than SaaS. And I'll explain that because with FBA, your margins are a lot lower. Okay, so if you sell a physical product for $20, then FBA, Amazon, will take some fees out of that. They'll take a referral fee. They'll also take fees for shipping and a bunch of other stuff. And so you end up with maybe 60% of the actual revenue that's sold for it. But then you also have to pay the cost of the product that you sold. So all in all, usually the best margins you can get on FBA if you start getting larger is maybe 30%. Now I've seen some sellers that get like 60% margins, and it's possible to do. But as you scale and get bigger, your margins will shrink. And so the best that you can probably get is a third. And although that's pretty good, think about it like this. If you make $100,000 in revenue in a year, you're really only getting $30,000 for profit. Okay. Whereas we'll contrast that with SaaS, where a SaaS company that has 90% plus margins is not abnormal. A lot of small software companies will have huge, huge margins. So if you make $20 from a product sale, you're probably going to keep nearly $20 in profit because there is no overhead really. I mean, you can run servers very, very cheaply a lot of the times for free. There is no physical products. There is no fees that you're paying other people besides maybe like a couple percent in transaction fees on Stripe or some payment processors. So ultimately, your fees are very minimal, and you're going to keep most of that profit for yourself. Most of that revenue that comes in is going to be profit that you can keep or reinvest into the business. So ultimately, I would say SaaS has the potential to make a lot more money. That and also your exit, if you choose to sell, is typically a lot higher. You can usually sell an FBA business for 30 times the monthly profit. So if your monthly profit is $1,000, you could probably sell your business for $30,000. Whereas a SaaS is a lot higher. I'll see SaaS businesses being sold for 40, 50, 60 times their monthly profit. And that's not totally abnormal. And the reason is because a SaaS business is a lot easier to operate. Although a SaaS business might be slightly harder to start and actually build the product, once you get things going, you don't have to manage inventory. You don't have to manage logistics and shipping. You don't have to worry about fees and tariffs and shipping things across the ocean and through the sky and air. You don't have to worry about any of that because your product is digital. It can be instantly delivered to anybody in the world, just like that. So either way that you look at it, whether you're looking at just the revenue that you're making on a monthly basis, if you are making $100 in revenue, you're probably keeping $100 of revenue with a SaaS, but you're probably only getting $30 in profit on FBA. So if you're looking at that small scale, or if you want to look at a bigger scale when you actually want to sell the business, you're probably going to make a lot more money with a SaaS than you would with an FBA business. Now, one thing I want to note is that both of these business models are better in almost all of these different ways than a traditional business, like renting out a brick and mortar location, hiring employees, managing inventory, all of these different things that you're gonna have to do with a traditional business. Both of these are substantially easier than that. Now, that's not to say that these are the easiest things to do, because they're not. You do have to put in hard work, you have to spend time on it, and you have to learn how to do all these different things. But if you can do that, both of these have the potential to change your life for the better and actually allow you to start bringing in an income that could replace your existing job or have extra money or whatever you want to use it for. So I hope after watching this video, you have a better understanding of which might be better for you, FBA or SaaS. And it depends, it depends on if you've got a bunch of money, if you've got a bunch of time, if you're ready to take on a challenge or not. But hopefully this clarified some stuff for you. And if you have any more questions at all, just drop them in the comment section below and I'll be sure to check them out. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.